And this is the women's finals of the Tournament of Glory, where Daenerys Targaryen is taking on Cammy. And if you watching this haven't seen the match between Jesus and freaking Loki from the other day, I would suggest you go and watch that. Christ almighty. Fourth wall break, I swear I cleaned the camera on this freaking phone. Because yes, I use a phone to record these things, because I don't have a freaking recording device or anything, or any of that fancy shit like other people do. And of course there's a freaking glare going on, so that's gonna be annoying as all hell. But either way, Daenerys is making her way out to the ring, and she and Cammy have gone through a hell to get to this point. Daenerys wants to have the opportunity to challenge either Zelda or Sonya for the Women's World Title, since it's been forever since the last time Daenerys held a World Title. And Cammy wants the same thing, because she's outside when she was TAW Women's World Champion at one point, she's never been Women's Champion. So this is a big match for her. Especially since it'll be the first time she's ever challenged for a title in this company, as far as I know. And speaking of Cammy, here comes Sonya's BFF, from what I've been told. Because, you know, they're both military and they're both hand-to-hand combat. And apparently since the last time we've seen Cammy, they've been sparring in the gym somewhere, or on a military base, I don't know. Either way. All I know is that Cammy has been training for this fight for a while with Sonya. So Cammy is prepared to take and dish out whatever she needs to freaking beat Daenerys. Well, Daenerys has been sitting on her throne over in freaking Westeros, or whatever the hell her freaking kingdom is called. I don't know. Either way, this match is going to be crazy, and I'm looking forward to it, if it's anything like the match with Jesus and Loki. And let's get this match underway between these two girls to decide who wins the Women's Tournament of Glory. And Daenerys blocking that punch from Cammy into an armbar. Arm drag by Daenerys. And now headlock by Daenerys on Cammy, and reverses it into a drop toe hold. And Cammy will go behind on Daenerys into a suplex. And now Daenerys will go behind on Cammy into a bulldog. And Cammy slips out of whatever Daenerys tried to go for there. A headlock by Daenerys. And headlock takeover to Cammy by Daenerys. Into an armbar. And Cammy whipping Daenerys in the corner. Misses the shoulder tackle there. Boot to the face of Cammy there by Daenerys. And Daenerys just throwing Cammy across the ring by her hair. Jesus Christ, Daenerys, calm the fuck down. And a drop kick there. And go behind by Daenerys on Cammy. And she just whooped Cammy in the corner. And Daenerys with a clothesline to Cammy, knocking her down. And Daenerys is a punch and a kick to Cammy and a headlock by Cammy. An uppercut by Cammy to Daenerys as well. Arm drag to Cammy by Daenerys. Kick to midsection. Whips her on the ropes. Now Cammy tried to go for something there, but Daenerys reversed it into a Russian leg sweep. Now Daenerys whipping Cammy. Cammy reversed into a belly-to-belly suplex, whatever Daenerys tried to go for there. And Cammy with a reverse neck breaker, whatever the hell that's called. No headlock by Cammy and Daenerys. And just a body slam by Cammy and Daenerys. And now Cammy with an armbar on Daenerys, but Daenerys reversed it into an arm drag. Collar and elbow tap between the two. Sean's gonna be loving that. Another collar and elbow tap between the two. Into a go behind by Daenerys. Bulldog by Daenerys. Now Cammy with a headlock on Daenerys. Chin breaker on Daenerys by Cammy. And Daenerys tried to make some offense there, but Cammy blocked the kick there, and now whoops her in the corner. Watch out, ref. And now Cammy with a go behind on Daenerys into a suplex. Cammy knocking on the corner there, and a shot in the midsection. Whoops her in the corner. Misses the shoulder attack over there in the corner. And Daenerys does a boot to the face of Cammy. And Daenerys whipping Cammy in the ropes. Just Luther's pressed by Daenerys out of Cammy. Sorry. And Daenerys whipping Cammy in the corner. And Cammy was the kick to midsection of Daenerys. And Cammy with a suplex to Daenerys there. Just repeated elbows to the shoulders of Daenerys by Cammy. And Cammy knocking Daenerys in the ropes and then whooping in the corner. Clothesline takes her head off by Cammy there. And now just slamming her head against the ring. And now Cammy with just repeated punches to Daenerys there, and that one knocks her down. Armbar by Cammy. Daenerys reverses into a go behind. And Daenerys whipping Cammy in the corner. Shot the lower back. And Cammy with an elbow and a chin break into Daenerys. And now just slamming her head against the ring some more. Now Cammy with a neck breaker to Daenerys there. And Daenerys just shoves her off. Arm drag by Cammy to Daenerys and an elbow drop. And now just slams her head against the ring some more. And now Cammy with an armbar on Daenerys into a headlock. Misses the elbow to the head by Cammy and a forearm by Daenerys to Cammy. And a kick to the back of Cammy by Daenerys. Now Daenerys with a headlock on Cammy into a go behind, and Cammy reversed it into an arm drag. Forearm to the face of Cammy there by Daenerys. Another kick to the lower back of Cammy by Daenerys. DDT by Cammy to Daenerys there. And now Cammy with the German suplex to Daenerys, taking her to Suplex City. And now Cammy dragging Daenerys from the ropes. Gunva covers Cammy. One, only a one count. Daenerys kicked out. Arm drag by Cammy and Daenerys. Well, I don't know what the hell that was by Daenerys, but... And Cammy flips her over there. And there's more elbows to the shoulders of Daenerys by Cammy. And now Cammy setting up for the Olympic Slam, like she likes to use. And Cammy with the Olympic Slam to Daenerys. Going for cover. 1, 2, and Daenerys kicks out. Kicked in the midsection and just more punches by Cammy, who was just livid. But she only got a 2 count there. And Cammy whipping Daenerys in the corner. DDT by Cammy to Daenerys. And Daenerys just a punch to the breadbasket of Cammy there. Armbar by Daenerys. Arm drag again. And Daenerys was just these disrespectful boots to the face of Cammy there. And Cammy was another punch to the breadbasket of Daenerys into a go behind. Just flips her over there. Elbow drop to Cammy there by Daenerys. Just a slap and a kick to Cammy there and go behind. Just whoops her in the ropes. This Daenerys. Luther's press, and who's just punching the crap out of Cammy there. Now Daenerys with a freaking just a whipcord forearm elbow to the face of Cammy there. Going for a cover is Daenerys. 1, not even a 1 count. What the hell? And just a jab to Cammy there by Daenerys. Whoops her in the corner. And Cammy blocking the chop attempt, but puts her in the corner. Now sets her in the top turnbuckle. Oh god. And Daenerys kicks her away. And Daenerys with a crossbody or the clothesline to Cammy there. Going for a cover. 1, only a 1 count. There's another jab to Cammy there by Daenerys, and Cammy breaks free and whips her in the corner again. Shoulder attack on to the midsection of Daenerys in the corner. Now just grinding her knee against the face of Daenerys there. Now trying to go for a submission. He's going for a camel clutch. Daenerys is right there by the ropes. And she gets the rope break. And Daenerys was a jab and a kick to Cammy, who just responded with a pair of her own punches and an armbar. And a shot to the arm of Daenerys by Cammy. Go behind. Whoops her into the ropes. Arm drag by Cammy there to Daenerys. And an elbow drop. And now Cammy trying to go for another camo clutch on Daenerys. And Daenerys is trying to crawl her way to the ropes. She's fighting and she manages to get to the ropes again and she gets the rope break. And the entire crowd is rooting for, I think it's Cammy or Daenerys, one or two. And Cammy is once again taking Daenerys to Suplex City. Now Cammy dragging Daenerys from the ropes. Going for cover is Cammy. Only a 1 count, what the hell? And Daenerys will go behind on Cammy, who reverses it in a shot to the back of Daenerys by Cammy. And Cammy with the Olympic Slam again! And Cammy going for a cover on Daenerys. 1, 2, and Cammy wins the Tournament of Glory for the women! It took 2 Olympic Slams and took 2 trips to Suplex City for her to put down Daenerys. And Daenerys never even got a chance to lock in the Targaryen crossface, which sucks for her at least. But Cammy with the biggest win in her career, and she has a women's world title opportunity at Hunting Grounds against either Sonya or Zelda. Whoever wins between them at New Beginnings. But either way, this match was crazy. There was a lot of back and forth. Probably one of the better women's matches we've ever had. But Cammy wins the first ever women's Tournament of Glory, and she has the biggest match in her career to look forward to in her future. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, all that stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Peace! And I'll see you in New Gen, which should, by the time this is uploaded, I should have fully recorded and uploaded for Saturday. Either way, peace!